Welcome to TYRO TV. I'm Ron TYRO.
And I'm Cathy TYRO. And for those of you that don't know who we are, Ron and I are the co-founders of the Ridge Project and the co-creators of TYRO.
TYRO is a Latin word which means apprentice, novice, someone learning something new, a warrior.
Yeah, a warrior. But what is it we're fighting for? And that's what we have to figure out. See, out of our own personal journey, Ron and I did 15 years in the prison system. Ron doing time on the inside, while the boys and I did the time on the outside. And what we learned about becoming a strong, healthy family, those are the principles that we put inside of the TYRO programs.
And well, out of our experience, we were able to really harness the lessons that we learned. You know, even though we may have called them mistakes prior to waking up, but they became our life lessons. And we were able to take those lessons and document it and write it down and say, okay, how did this work? And we named the program TYRO. And TYRO, we guarantee you, will change your life. When you apply these principles that we break down for you, that your facilitator breaks down for you, as you come into these programmings, they will change the way you think, they will change the way you see life. They will help you, what we're gonna talk about today, dream again.
Dream again, right? And so I don't know what your dreams have been in the past. And many times we hear people say, well, since I've gone to prison, or since my husband's gone to prison, or the father of my children's gone to prison, you know, we just set those dreams aside. But the truth is, when we really dig a little bit deeper, you stopped dreaming before you ever even got to prison. And that's one of the reasons you landed in prison. Because if you actually were dreaming and working towards your dreams and goals, you wouldn't have time to do whatever it was you were doing that got you where you are.
And maybe you, as a child, you were dreaming about who you wanted to be when you grow up. I guarantee you, none of those dreams turned into this nightmare, right? Those dreams that you were having, when I grow up, I want to be, nobody ever says, when I grow up, I want to be a convict.
I want to be married to a convict.
You know, no one
Nobody ever says that.
No one says that. But today's episode, we want to break down some key ingredients, some key principles that will help you not only get you started to dream again, but help you understand the process it takes to take that dream and make it into a reality.
You are not going to want to miss this, so stay tuned. We'll be right back.
TYRO Dads will help you to see who you really are on the inside by coming to terms with your past, present, and future. You'll begin to move forward by using your time on the inside to transform yourself. We know you're not the only one serving time. Your family is too. Overcoming the issues that existed prior to and during incarceration are often more than what many families can survive. TYRO Dads has a unique method of reaching and healing families based on Ron and Catherine TYRO's own personal experiences. TYRO Dads works exclusively with incarcerated fathers who have minor children. The program lasts for 10 weeks and focuses on intensive character development. You'll be taught to take responsibility for your actions. To own it, you'll be prepared to overcome the obstacles of incarceration and transition back into your home and community, both successfully and permanently. Upon successful completion of this program, you will earn the title of TYRO, which means a warrior, someone learning something new. You will be one of the honored, a man worth following. If you think you have what it takes to be a TYRO, or you want to know more, contact your local project facilitator or your institution staff.
Welcome back to TYRO TV. I'm Ron TYRO.
And I'm Cathy TYRO, and today we are talking about dreaming again.
You know, when we look at our own life and we look from where we came from and where we get to do today, it is an amazing dream that we get to live.
It is.
It's an amazing place that we found ourselves in. You know, would you want to do it again? Hell no. I mean, heck no, right?
That's
you know,
right.
that was a heck of a journey, a heck of a valley that we were in. And even in the midst of that valley of doing penitentiary, doing time, doing visits, through welfare, food stamps, all that, you know, just the labels that were put upon us, we found ourselves even at times from the valley, we were on the mountaintops where we were able to really start to dream and believe that there's a better world for us that we can create out of this experience.
Right. And so when we think about dreaming again, we're really talking about letting yourself really explore what is it you really want to do. If you could do anything in the world, what is it that you would want to accomplish? And dream big, because it's not a dream. If it's something you can accomplish right now, that's not a dream, right? That's a daily goal. So we hear people say, well, you know what, my dream is to run 3 miles. Wow, how far can you run now? Oh, I can run 3 miles. That's not a dream.
That's not a dream.
Right? That's not a dream. We're talking about thinking about something that you want to accomplish in your life that it's going to require other people to surround you. It's going to require a lot of effort on your part, a lot of energy, but it's going to infuse you with passion because you're going to be releasing passion. And so that's what we're talking about, is learning to dream again, spark and igniting that thing that you let die inside of you.
You know, in that analogy you used about running 3 miles, you know, right now you can run 3 miles. Maybe your dream is to run a marathon, right? Actually, let's say a triathlon. Right, where you're going to swim, you're going to bike, you're going to climb, you're going to run, you're going to do a lot of things. And in order to be successful and complete a triathlon, that requires a lot of training, preparation, right? We got a saying here, proper preparation prevents poor performance. Well, you know what? Dreaming is like that too.
Right.
You can have a dream and you can have a goal, but if you don't write it down, it's just a wish. Right? And we're going to talk about that later. But dreaming, what is it? What does it mean to dream again? And as Cathy said, it's like a spark. It means that you're alive. You're alive and you get to see something that is in the unseen, and you got to figure out, how do I make it come where I can see it in here, I can see it where no one else can see my dreams, but I want everybody to not only see my dreams, but experience it with me.
Right. And when you begin to dream again, you are no longer harnessed by what other people think you can and cannot accomplish, right? So people would tell you that's ridiculous, that's stupid, that's dumb, you can never ever achieve that. Okay, that's a dream. That doesn't mean that you can't. Now, mind you, sometimes, you know, say Ron's 50 years old, he's 5'4". If he says his dream is...
Hey, 55'4", okay.
If he tells me that his dream is to play in the NBA, okay, so I'm going to say, you know what, sweetheart, that is not realistic, that you can't accomplish. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the thing that you've always wanted to accomplish, the person you've always wanted to become. And somewhere along the line, you've decided, you know what, that I can never be that. I can never have that. Only other people can. Well, it's time to start dreaming again, because you know what? The truth is, you can have that and you can accomplish that.
You know, what happens is when we start to dream again, because you may be coming out of the penitentiary and you got a label on you and you believe nobody wants you. You know what? That's true. Nobody wants you if you're a felon. But I tell you what they do want. They want somebody who's a go-getter. They want somebody who's alive and who's motivated and self-motivated to accomplish things. And when you're dreaming, that's what you're becoming. You're becoming, you know, a hustler in the right way. You're becoming you're in the grind and you got some grit and you're moving forward. Well, that's how dreams work. You got to take that unseen dream and put some machinery behind it, right?
That's right.
You got to put
I'm
that
saying the
grit.
machinery are the muscles in you, right? The energy that comes forth out of you. And I don't care how big or small your muscles are. You are fully capable of exercising every single day in order to get what you want. And exercise might be exercising, changing the way you think, or exercising might be actually doing something different. But we're talking about dreaming again. We're talking about changing the way you think so that you can actually see beyond your circumstance. Because if you're just living for your out date, right, and your dream is to just get out, you're missing the mark. If your family, if you're instilling in your children that their biggest dream is to see you walk out of prison, you are missing the mark, Dad. You have got to change the way you think and what you are doing.
So check this out, TYRO Dad. Check this out. So one way, what is a dream? A dream is this. If you're dreaming and it's not scaring you, then that's not a dream.
You're not dreaming big enough.
Right? You're not dreaming big enough. Your dream has got to put you in a place of mind like, oh my gosh, who am I? It has to, you have to check yourself.
Right, yeah.
It calls you to really examine yourself to see if you are that person who can achieve that type of goal or that dream that you have in mind. But if it's like Cathy said earlier, if it's something that, you know what?
I can do that right now today.
Then it's not a dream,
Not a
man.
dream.
Your dream has got to put you in a place of where you're afraid. Where you're even afraid of what people are going to say about you. You know, who do you think you are? You got to check yourself. You got to say, man, who do I? And then you got to tell yourself, now this is how it works, man. You know what?
I can do
this. I can do it. Why not me?
Right, that's exactly right. You've got to get to a place of first of that, why me, to why not me? And so we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to talk about why it's so important to dream again, not just for you, but for your children. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Playing catch, basketball, laughing, and enjoying each other's company. These are all normal things on the outside, but many times are missed in a visitation setting. TYRO Dads brings the same fun experience to the inside through Family Days. As a TYRO Dad, you have the opportunity to participate in this fantastic event. Family Day is designed to allow fathers and families to engage with each other through activities designed to stimulate communication, learning, and play. Family Days will not only be a highlight for you, but for your children as well. The Ridge Project has strategically developed Family Day as an opportunity to help you connect with your child throughout your separation and help both of you develop skills to continue building your relationship when you return home.
Welcome back to TYRO TV. I'm Ron TYRO.
And I'm Cathy TYRO.
I tell you what, we are having a good time today. We're talking about dreaming. And you know, when we look at dreaming, especially personally for me, when I'm laying in the bunk there, when I was in penitentiary and I'm laying there, I mean, that was my job.
That's exactly right. That was your job.
Dream and enjoy dreaming because, you know, man.
And I am so glad that he did his job, and he did it so well that he inspired me to dream again and our children to dream again, because we were in such a dark place. So we're going to talk this segment. We're really going to talk about why it's so important.
It is. Dads, listen, man. You are the cornerstone of your family. You are that pillar that your people are looking towards you. Right now, while you're there, society is telling them they can't dream, that they will never amount to anything, that they will always be on welfare, that they will always live in the ghetto, they will always be dependent upon somebody else. But it is your job, Dad, to inspire them and to motivate them and encourage them that, you know what, this isn't the end of the road. In fact, this is just the beginning of the rainbow.
And also inspire gratefulness right now where they are, to be grateful for what they do have, but recognize that they can actually achieve more. And so it's like, okay, yeah, be grateful that you're going to school, be grateful that you're passing, but you know what? Let's see if we can actually pass with a B average. Now let's see if we can actually pass with an A average, right? And so when you're dreaming, you're instilling them to, you know what? Not become dissatisfied to the point of being ungrateful, right? But we're talking about being dissatisfied to the place of actually pushing ourselves to achieve as much as we possibly can, and taking the focus off of us. And I say us, I mean, let me just keep it real. You, Dad, take the focus off of you. It's not your job to make your children's dream be you getting out of prison. Because if that's their only dream, they're not inspired to dream for themselves or achieve for themselves. And that means that they're going to go through life in mediocrity at best. And Dad, it's your job. You've got to dream again and inspire them to dream for themselves.
So as you're dreaming and you're inspiring your children to dream, you got to know what your title is, right? Your title is CEO, Chief Encouraging Officer.
Right.
Your job is to encourage your children that life is not over. Just because you're there, that you encourage them and you empower them to dream and to dream big. Because just like we said earlier, if your dreams aren't scaring you, then you're not dreaming big enough. Well, you want to put that in your kids. If their dreams aren't scaring them, then they're not dreaming big enough. Man, I'm telling you, one thing that when I talk about living in the ghettos, living in the project, that's where we were at, and we didn't even know it.
We were so asleep.
We were so asleep consciously. We didn't even know that where we were living at before I went to prison. Man, in the middle of nowhere, in a dilapidated trailer, where the reason why nobody was around us because nobody wanted to live there, right? It was literally in the field. Just a dark place in our life. It was poverty within and poverty without.
Right. And so the external just was a view of what we were actually experiencing internal, because we had given up on our dreams, feeling like, who are we to accomplish that? We can never accomplish that. You know, that's for other people. That's for successful people that don't make mistakes or that have something more or better than we have. And so we began to settle in our minds that we were not capable of dreaming again. And then when we do that, dads and moms, we cause our children to think like that. And so the big why of dreaming again is to inspire those around you to achieve their highest potential. Write that down. Your why in dreaming again is to inspire those around you to strive for and achieve their highest potential. And your first place that you want to create that inspiration is you and then your children, because you can't lead where you won't go. Right?
That's a good word, you know. And we laughed about when I said that was my job to dream again.
It was your job.
Because if I wasn't dreaming, how can I help my kids? How can I help Cathy really see that there's life after this? This isn't, you don't have to stay here. One of my jobs while I was incarcerated was to encourage Cathy and motivate her and inspire her that, listen, you don't have to wait for me by literally waiting, right? But you can create a world out here that is so beautiful that I will have the privilege and blessing and honor of when I come home, I can walk into this.
So that was a really good word. I will never forget. So when we talked about waiting, it was like, you know what? I'm not going to wait. And Ron's like, don't wait for me. Walk through this with me. I'm like, I'm not waiting for you. I'm walking through this with you. Because if you sit and wait, then that means that people are going on ahead of you and you're missing opportunities and you're giving up on life, putting everything on hold. And that is not dreaming. You have to dream. You have to walk out those dreams together so you can live out your destiny. This is huge. If you want to never repeat this again in your life, if you don't want your children to repeat this, you must begin to dream again and inspire them to dream and equip them to see their dreams come true.
Now, currently, your children might be living a nightmare. Currently, your wife, the significant other, they might be living a nightmare.
And skeptical when you tell them your dreams.
Oh, yeah. When we talk about non-believers, right? Your ladies are non-believers because we have a history, right? When I'm telling Cathy that I'm going to be faithful from here on out, you know.
Okay.
You know, and all that. I'm not going to get drunk anymore. I'm not going to get high anymore. I'm not going to get fired from my job. All the things that my history, my track record said otherwise, right? Come on now. Keep it real. So the proof is in the what? The proof is in the pudding. And I realized that I'm the pudding and I had to prove to her. And my first thing was, you know what? Let me dream. I'm going to dream with you. And I'm going to show you that we can do this. So when I went from dreaming to drawing it on paper, writing it down, right? We're going to talk about later in this episode, in the show, about how to do this. Because dads, listen to me. Your children are looking for you for the answers. They want to know how to live successfully. And they never want to come to that place. They don't understand what the environment you're living in. It is your job to encourage them, to inspire them to say, listen, I'm only here for a minute. This is not permanent. This is just an event in my life. This is just an event in our life. This is not a lifestyle. There's something greater. There's something bigger. And we're going to allow this experience. We're going to use this experience to catapult us to a place in our life that is so great. People are going to say, wow, how did you do this?
And I want to tell you this right now, when you're dreaming again and you're inspired and you're empowering others, the journey is so much more fun. Even the journey through darkness, even the journey through prison visiting rooms, through welfare, it becomes a challenge and an exciting challenge and fun, right? And so laughter comes back in, joy comes back in because you know where you're headed. You know that this is not permanent because that dreaming again is so freeing, right? So you can walk through this journey and you can walk through carrying this big dark cloud that you're never going to be anything more than what you are right now. And you can pretend like you're happy, or you can take that off, find your dream and start walking towards it, and you will experience, even in the midst of a prison experience, a prison journey, you will experience joy that you cannot believe because you know where you are headed. That's why dreaming again is so important.
So we come back, we're going to give you some tips on how to do this. We're going to tell you how to do this because this is very important. You're in a place where you get to dream again. You got to embrace that experience. You got to embrace penitentiary. So when we come back, we're going to show you how to do that. So stay tuned. You don't want to miss this.
Dear son, it's been hard these last few years, watching you grow up without me in the picture. Never taking the time to find out how you were or what was going on in your life. You're just a boy, I thought. You don't need me. I didn't need my dad. He was never around, I told myself. But I was wrong, son. I'm supposed to be a grown man. I was selfish. I was stupid. I was thinking of me, not you. If I could go back, son, and change things, I would. It's taken me all this time being selfish to finally grow up and realize I need to be a responsible man. That's what I finally learned, not from prison, but the TYRO program. It's all about becoming a better, stronger man. Wish I would have gotten it sooner. Everything looks different to me now. I'm a changed person. I know I need to be there for you now. It's not about me anymore. It's not about being cool. It's not about who I run with. It's about mom. It's about you. It's about being a better man, learning something new in my life. It's about being a TYRO, a man worth following. I'm your dad. You're my son, and I love you. I am a TYRO. I'm a TYRO. Dad.
If you think you have what it takes to be a TYRO or just want to know more, contact your local Ridge Project facilitator or your caseworker.
Welcome back to TYRO TV. I'm Ron TYRO.
And I'm Cathy TYRO. And today we are talking about dreaming again.
You know, I really love talking about this because that's
Oh,
what we
me
get to
too.
do. We get to do this for a living. We get to share with people how we got to be where we're at today, despite where we were.
Right.
People are standing amazed. You know, let me tell you guys something. I'm gonna give you a secret right now, man. When you start to really manifest your dreams and your goals and your ambitions, and you begin to do it, those who were laughing at you in the beginning,
Right.
listen, are gonna ask you later on, are you hiring? Ooh,
Right.
I'm telling you,
That's right.
It's amazing. They're gonna, you know what? I mean, you're gonna be looking in the mirror and you're gonna be telling yourself, "I can do it," because the one who holds you back is the one looking in the mirror back at you.
Right.
But when you start to dream again and you start to motivate yourself and inspire, it becomes contagious. People will gravitate towards you, and this is what's really awesome. When your vision is clear and it's precise and it's pure and it's true and it's honest, right? You're gonna attract
people that are going to come alongside you and want to help you become successful. That's a really cool thing about dreaming again. And the people that don't want to see you succeed, here's the truth. They don't know how to dream. They do not know how to dream. They can't spark a dream inside of them. The people that want to help you succeed are dreamers. They're people that, wow, they have their own dream and they love to be next to somebody else that is also dreaming because they're going to help them reach their goal, because in doing that, they're going to get further in reaching their own goal.
Listen,
So-
if you're in a gang, let me cut you off, honey.
Yeah, no,
if
that's
you're
fine.
if you're in a gang and you're doing stuff in the penitentiary that you need to stop doing it. Listen to me. I'm gonna encourage you that you just got to stand up and have a courageous conversation. Listen, your family is out there counting on you, Dad. Your people on the streets are counting on you. They are looking for the real McCoy. They are looking for that hope that comes out of a place of darkness to bring light into their lives. And you are that person. You are that person. Quit listening to those who tell you you'll never amount to anything. You know, when you're sharing your dreams, when we talk about how to, you have to know who you're sharing your dreams with also. Because there's such a thing out there as dream crushers, right? We call them haters. And the word haters is Haters. Having anger towards everyone reaching success. Write that down. Having anger towards everyone reaching success. So be careful who you share your dreams with, right? Because not everybody is on your side.
Because they've forgotten how to dream again. So you know what? It challenges them. When you're dreaming, they feel challenged. They don't want to be challenged. So they're going to hate on you and tell you you can't reach your dreams either. So step number one in the how to actually begin to dream again, is actually create a vision board, right? And so that vision board, you can write things on. It doesn't have to be neat. It can be sloppy. You can pull things out of magazines. Just make the sky your limit. Anything in the universe, if you could accomplish anything, if you could have anything, just start pulling those things out and writing them down or cutting out pictures and putting them on a board.
Now, the secret behind that is you got to see it.
Right.
Because seeing is believing. Start seeing what you want to accomplish. And as long as you can see it. Right now, at my home, I have a 350 dually pickup truck
Yes, you
on
do.
my refrigerator.
It's true.
Right? I have that on my fridge because I see a goal. I see something I want to obtain, and I'm working towards it, right?
So if I want to move it out of my way, I move it to the side of the refrigerator, and literally within a half an hour, it's right back in the middle of the refrigerator.
Because I got to see it, right? And that's the secret of a vision board.
Right.
Number 2.
And so then second thing that you need to do is you've got to be honest. So as you look at that vision board, as you look at all the things you want to accomplish, you've got to sit and be honest with yourself. Can you do it from where you are right now? How far are you away from accomplishing those things? Now, this isn't meant to crush your dream. This is meant to help you develop a plan. And that plan has to include other people. I promise you, you are never going to make your dreams come true all by yourself.
So in other words, there is no such thing as a self-made man. So cut it out. You need help. We all need help. I currently have great help in our lives. We have great mentors, great people who help us constantly achieve our dreams and goals.
Yeah,
Right?
we absolutely do.
Absolutely do.
And we're constantly looking and saying, okay, so if we want to make this happen, who do we need to be connected to? What knowledge do we need to gain? Maybe it's not a person, maybe it's a program, maybe it's a course that we need to take in order to get where we need to go. Because gentlemen, there's no such thing as somebody who knows it all. If you know it all, that means you're stuck. A know-it-all is stuck and has stopped dreaming. When you recognize that learning is lifelong, that means that you are a dreamer and you're going to continue to dream. So the next thing is, so you're honest about your life now. Make a list of the third thing. Make a list of everything that you want. What is it that you want? Who is it you want to be like? What is it you want to accomplish? So you've got your dream, your big dreams. Now the next thing is being honest about where you're at. Now, what do you want that you currently don't have? And that might be peace, joy. It might be the ability to pay child support. It might be
Get
whatever
a
it is.
license,
Right.
we're going to get out. So one of the things that we also practice, our mentors or the people that we follow, right? We want to emulate their characteristics, right? If people that you surround yourself are men of honor, men of good character, who are trustworthy, who are honest, who are courageous, right? And you want to emulate that, right? So you got to find out, how did they get to be where they're at? Study people, study their principles and what they do. That will help you and encourage you. You know what? If they can do it and they're teaching us how to do it,
Right.
I can do it too. But don't wait till you get home to start. Do it now.
It's
Do it
your
right now.
job, and that is so true. And Ron said that's so true. So then make sure that you're setting a short-term goal. It is really, really important that you have a short-term goal, something you can achieve easily within the next 6 months, and that will get you closer to your dream. So when we come back, we're going to take a short break. But when we come back, we're going to tie it all together and give you some final pointers. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
TYRO Dads will help you to see who you really are on the inside by coming to terms with your past, present, and future. You'll begin to move forward by using your time on the inside to transform yourself. We know you're not the only one serving time. Your family is too. Overcoming the issues that existed prior to and during incarceration are often more than what many families can survive. TYRO Dads has a unique method of reaching and healing families based on Ron and Catherine TYRO's own personal experiences. TYRO Dads works exclusively with incarcerated fathers who have minor children. The program lasts for 10 weeks and focuses on intensive character development. You'll be taught to take responsibility for your actions. To own it, you'll be prepared to overcome the obstacles of incarceration and transition back into your home and community, both successfully and permanently. Upon successful completion of this program, you will earn the title of TYRO, which means a warrior, someone learning something new. You will be one of the honored, a man worth following. If you think you have what it takes to be a TYRO, or you want to know more, contact your local project facilitator or your institution staff.
Welcome back to TYRO TV. I'm Ron TYRO.
And I'm Cathy TYRO. And today,
we are having a great time talking about dreaming, because that's what we love to do.
that's right.
Right.
You have to dream.
I want to share one thing before we do a recap of everything, is when you're dreaming, one of the purposes of dreaming is so that others can dream too, because you give freedom to others to dream. When Cathy's saying they will gravitate to you, because dreaming is contagious, especially when they see that you know how to make dreams come true, right? People ask me, so what do you work at? Man, I work at Disney World. Well, what do you do there? I help people's dreams come true. That's what we do, right? And you have dreams, you have goals, you have ambitions, and you have desires that you want to see in other people, that they too can be great, right? But as you become great inside where you're at, Dad, right? Your sons, your daughters, your wife, your significant other, they're going to be amazed at the things you accomplish, even while you're in there.
Because they're going to be watching you. So when we talked about all the things that you need to do and how to make your dreams come true, or how to dream again. You know, the most important thing is, as you begin to do that, is make yourself accountable. Tell your family what you're doing. Tell them what your dream is. And so initially they might be skeptical. Oh, okay, all right. But I promise you, you're going to start seeing a light of pride ignite in your children's eyes. They're going to look at you different. They're going to see you different. They're going to be inspired to become like you. That pain is going to be replaced by hope. And that pain that hope, so the pain from the pain to the hope, from the hope to dreaming again, to achieving, right? And so you've got to lead them on that journey. When that means starting right now where you are. Your job is to begin to dream.
You know, one of the things I personally love to do, and I didn't know it, right? Until I went to prison and then came out here, started doing it, build. I love to build things, right? I love to see things actually draw it on paper, right? And then actually build the structure, the building, or take the idea and build that concept where people are part of the concept.
Whether or not,
amazing.
I mean, his actual physicalness of the build may be limited, but his idea, dreaming about, wow, we could build a garage that looks like this. We could build a pole barn that looks like this. What if this? And then watching that actually come from the paper to reality. The same thing with your dreams. The same thing with programs and projects. Like, how can we help people change their lives? Dad, it's never too late to begin dreaming again. It's never too late. And I'm going to tell you right now, you are worthy of your dreams, no matter what your past has been. And by creating that legacy and that pathway for your children's dreams will be inspired right now where they are. and so that they don't have to continue in the path that you had forged before, but you are going to actually take them on a different path, a path of righteousness and hope and peace for generations to come.
So your past doesn't define who you are. It's an event in your life, but it can qualify you for something greater because now you know what you don't want to look like anymore, right? So you start forging that new way of thinking, the new way of dreaming, and you bring your family with you and watch what happens. They will begin to dream and build a kingdom for you. When you get out, they're walking with you, and when you walk, it's like you never left. That's powerful.
Yeah, it really is. So we want to take this time right now as we close out to thank you for allowing us to be part of your journey. We know that you've got a lot of things pulling at you in there, and we just want to encourage you to set your dream before you and run after it with everything you have.
Listen, Dad, again, thank you for letting us be part of your journey. Always remember that we are rooting for you.